Hello, everybody. Davies Talo here, coming at you with another Freefall episode. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing good. My mother's still here on Earth. She's doing okay. Um, and yeah, we're getting through life still. A couple things just wanted to go over today. First off, before I get into the main point of my video, I've been listening to this new Xandria album, and I'm really not familiar with Xandria. I gotta do some research on them still, but I've been listening to it, and it's the album's called "The Wonder Is Still Waiting." Pretty good so far. So more to come on that, but it's really I'm really liking it. Still waiting on the new Tall album. Of course, I'm we understand that it's not going to be out till April. Really excited about that one. So anyway, uh, also new Delane album, Dark Waters. I just noticed it has just come out. Going to be checking that one out too. So anyway, excuse me. It's Sunday morning here right now, so you'll be seeing this Monday morning. But anyway, on to the main point of this video, and that is the state of Pink Floyd. Of course, a lot of you are going, well, Pink Floyd has been retired for quite a while, which is true. But as of late, Roger Waters has reared his aging ugly head. And I say aging ugly head, and well, I won't go to that. I don't know if he's having a late life crisis or what, but he's a hard guy to figure out. He really is. I mean, he's been given this life of music. You know, sure, he lost his father when he was young. You know, when he was, I think, just a baby, toddler. Sure, of course, you know, he's blamed the monarchy, you know, the war machine, whatever. Yeah, true. War is terrible. War sucks. It shouldn't happen, but it does. If anybody should be blamed for him losing his father, that's Adolf Hitler. He's the one that started the whole thing. Sure, there is other catalysts, you know, in the whole mix, you know, the ones that kept saying that, oh, well, if we just placate to Hitler, nothing will happen. But, you know, like Neville Chamberlain and all of them. But blaming your country for wanting to defend itself, you know, defend its sovereignty, defend its people, you know, I don't know. That just, well, that's me, you know. But he's a very angry person. And you can see the angry building from like after Dark Side of the Moon came out, you know, it kind of steadily built in him, you know, especially when he took over leadership of Pink Floyd. Subtly, not outright, but subtly. You know, started taking hold during recording "Wish You Were Here," then "Animals," and then came to fruition in "The Wall" and uh, the final cut. Uh, he ultimately decided that, well, I created this, which is false. If anybody created Pink Floyd, it was Syd Barrett. You know, he's the one that named the band. Now, true that Roger and Rick and Nick were all there during the creation of Pink Floyd, but if anybody had the right to the name Pink Floyd, it was Syd Barrett. So Roger later on saying that, oh, if anybody's pink, it's me. No, Sid. Sid was pink. Sid was pink. And I would go to my grave saying that. Roger just got this delusions of grandeur. He was angry. He wanted to use music to go against the machine. And basically, rock and roll is used to go against the machine. But not, I want to say, not the way he wanted to do it. So in '85, he decided, well, Pink Floyd's no more. That's it. And David and Rick and Nick are going, well, hold on a second. We're not done. We're going to continue on. If you want to leave, that's fine, but we're not going to stop. And Roger's like, well, wait a minute. If I leave, you can't continue on. And they had a big row. They had a court case, and Roger is ultimately shot down, saying, well, yeah, you're one cog in the wheel here, but sorry, you can't tell the other guys they can't continue on as Pink Floyd because you don't own sole rights. It's the group overall. So that kind of stuck in Roger's craw for years. And the beginning of the 2000s saw a softening of the rift between Roger and the others, especially between him and David. And I'm like, right on. This is what I want. This is what we want, everybody. You want these guys to mend their fences. You want them maybe not back together, but it would be wonderful. And they ultimately did with the Live Aid, or the wasn't Live Aid. It was Live 8. I'm sorry, Live 8 concert, where they got back up on stage and played some of their classic tunes. That was great. I'm like, right on. This is what we want. And everybody's, of course, immediately coming out saying, reunion, 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 and I'm like, well, let's relax here. Let things take their course. Of course, David appeared during one of Roger's concerts during the Wall, I think, during Comfortably Numb, which is, this is all making me feel good. I'm sure it's making millions of other people feel good. Of course, it all had to come crashing down. And who did it? Mr. Roger Waters. He is a hard one to crack, to figure out. I know we're living this day and age where Everybody is mad at something. Everybody is at war with something, be it with another country or be it with a piece of plastic. We need to calm down. I mean, countries seem to be getting desperate when they call on a rock star to come speak at the UN assembly. With all due respect, Roger, as far as I'm concerned, has no business being there. And now, he wants to record Dark Side of the Moon? From what I understand, he's re-recorded Comfortably Numb. I haven't heard it. In fact, I'm going to go check, see if I can find it, check it out. If I can get up the courage. I know he didn't want to, when they were re-recording The Wall, he didn't want to include Comfortably Numb on the album. I don't know if it was for sure, but I think it was because it was penned by David. In fact, there was a couple other songs he didn't want to include that was penned by David. But to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to re-record Dark Side of the Moon. I'm sorry. That's he's within his rights to do that. I mean, he owns the rights. Well, any one of them could do it. Nick, David, if they wanted to, they could go into the studio and re-record Dark Side of the Moon. Would David or Nick do that? I'm 99.9% sure neither one would. Would they get together and do that? I'm 99% sure they would not. I'm sure they would sit back and think, the album is near perfection. It's already been done. Why do we need to redo it? I mean, it's been remastered a number of times. That's all you need to do. Along come Roger, and I'm going to re-record it. We need to update this. Will I listen to it? I don't know. I'm all about giving something a chance. But when you got something like Dark Side of the Moon, that's it's one of those things that is just an awesome album. It's like one of the holy grails of rock. You don't mess with it. You don't. I don't know if Roger will ever see this video or any of them, but I'd implore him, reach out to him and say, please, don't. Dark Side is a work of art. You, David, Nick, and Rick went into the studio and created magic. Now you're looking through the eyes of today. You're looking through the eyes of a man who is very angry at the world. And I can relate to that. I'm not near his age. I'm 60 years old. And there are days when I'm very angry at the world. Especially after, when dealing with certain people, trying to take care of trying to take care of my mother, that deal with my mother. Uh, Dealing with people at work, the general public, seeing how they just act like the world owes them the living. It's just disheartening. It gets you angry, but at the same time, you got to step back and say, is my anger gonna solve the problem? Roger needs to step back and say, okay, is my anger, and I really believe his wanting to re-record Dark Side is rooted in his anger, his frustration at the world. I really do. And that's what scares me. What's he going to channel here? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll go in there and just simply re-record the thing. But why would you do that? If you're just going to re-record the same thing over, that would make no sense. No, he's going to go in there and he's going to do some major changes. He's going to do some major changes. And the current generation is going to latch onto it, and they're going to forget about and say, oh, well, the old Dark Side of the Moon, that's archaic. That needs to be put to sleep. And they're going to latch onto this angry album. That's what I'm afraid. It's going to be an angry album. A very angry album. A very dark. I mean, sure, the original album was called Dark Side of the Moon, but I'm afraid this thing is going to be the black side of the black side of the moon. Maybe that. Of course, I could be wrong. I could be wrong here. But just from watching him, listening to him, what he says, I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I hope, from the bottom of my heart, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I, I hope it's just a situation of him just wanting to screw around and do something different. But still, you don't take it's akin to the Moody Blues, like Justin Hayward or John Lodge decide one day, waking up one morning and say, oh, you know what? I'm going to go out and I'm going to re-record Days of Future Past. Hey, everybody. Justin Hayward here. I've decided I'm going to re-record Days of Future Past. Isn't that great? Or Neil Young. I'm going to go out. I'm going to re-record After the Gold Rush. Or what a classic. KK Downing. I'm going to record British Steel. You don't do it. You don't do that. You know, I've seen bands re-record songs, you know, do covers of songs, but a band going back and entire album or an individual, you know, maybe it's been done. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, but you know, Jethro Tull going back and Ian Anderson. Oh, I'm going to record "Thick as a Brick" or "Aqualung." Yeah, let's re-record "Aqualung." Why? 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 It makes no sense. But anyway, that's my take on the whole thing. You know, Roger, he needs to sit down and shut up and take the Geritol. But anyway, hope your weekend's good was great. Hope your week goes good. We're on the downhill side of winter, I hope. A little over a month. Excuse me, a little over a month away from spring. Yeah. Old Posse County Phil or whatever his name is. Oh, he saw his shadow of 6 more weeks, or didn't see his shadow or whatever. 6 more weeks of winter. There's always 6 more weeks of winter. Isn't that amazing? Because spring doesn't start till the 21st of March. Yeah, it always. There's always 6 more weeks of winter. But anyway, trying to come up with some other things. I know I always repeat myself on that, but just winter doldrums and other things. So anyway, gonna be, like I said, I'm gonna be checking out this new Delane album, Xandria. Check it out. Gonna do some further research on that and listen to it further. It's really good album. Looking forward to the new Tull album. Somebody else has got a new album coming out. I can't think of who it is. It's eluding me right now. But I'm sure quite a few people are going to be coming out with new albums this year. I think I've heard in the wind Priest might be. We'll see. And of course, Mr. Roger Waters. So anyway, have a good weekend, and please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment down below, and hit the notification bell, and we'll see y'all later.